Hello and Assalamu Alaikum. My name is Fatima Iqbal and I'm joined today by Christian Greiner, Lead Portfolio Manager for the Azzad Ethical Fund. Christian's firm, Ziegler Capital Management, is based here in Chicago, Illinois. Thanks for having us today, Christian.
Oh, no problem.
So today we want to get your take on the Azzad Ethical Fund and what affected the portfolio in the fourth quarter of 2014. So to get started, can you give us a little bit of background on how the market held up last quarter?
Well, the market in the fourth quarter returned capital. It was really a nice year of returns. For the year, the S&P 500 and mid-caps were up a little bit around 13%. For the fourth quarter, large caps were up around 5%, mid-caps were up around 6%, small caps were up 10%. Within the actual U.S. stock universe itself, value outperformed growth. When you take a look at sectors, what outperformed was utilities, where people are looking anywhere to find yield, as well as healthcare and stocks that are leveraged to the consumer. What underperformed, obviously, of course, was energy stocks, while materials also were a money loser for this particular quarter. The real story was really the strength of the U.S. dollar. If you go outside the U.S., stocks in total were up in aggregate, but once you factor in the dollar, they were actually down on a U.S. dollar basis.
Okay, so can you give us a little bit of idea about what helped the fund performance this quarter?
Well, there was really probably about 4 industries that you could take a look at and said really helped the fund's performance this quarter. The first one of these, of course, was the software and services space. And what we had here is that we had a sort of a number of solid performers there, nothing that really drove the performance overwhelming, but we also managed to avoid a couple of the new media stocks that grossly underperformed during the quarter. It was also a nice quarter to be overweight the healthcare and equipment stocks. And while we've talked before about pharma and biotech, there are some real nice areas of value for these stocks as well. These are the names that distribute the drugs. These are the names that distribute the supplies that they use when you go to the hospital. And once again, we had some real nice solid performers there. And the third is the automobile sector. Now, obviously, we're in mid-cap stocks, so we don't own any of the large automakers. But one of the themes that we've been playing in the fund for a year or two now is the aging of the U.S. auto fleet and the eventual replacement of it. So what we do is that we own the stocks that are the companies that make the parts that go into the cars and into the new car fleet. And finally was the commercial and professional services. We have several names that benefit from the U.S. moving towards full employment, and as people go out and find jobs and utilize healthcare, we have several names that directly benefit from that.
Okay, and so on the flip side, can you share with us a little bit about what hurt the fund performance this quarter?
Sure, and when you take a look at returns, one area that is obvious, of course, is the energy sector. And a lot of funds had trouble with this quarter. While some of the exposures are obvious when you think about it, like the exploration and production stocks, or the companies that actually run the equipment that drills for the oil in the ground and in the ocean, there's some areas that aren't so obvious that when you take a look at it are directly affected by energy, and we were hurt by some of those. There were the engineering and construction firms that work on a lot of the projects for energy producers and refiners. We have firms that sell subscription data to the energy industry. There's machinery stocks that sell replacement parts to the oil rigs and such. And within the material sector, another place we underperformed, there's exposure to energy prices in terms of how they price their products, and as well as some of the advantages they have. The U.S. had cheap energy for such a long time compared to the rest of the world. With the drop of oil, that competitive advantage disappears.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there for now. Thank you, Christian, for joining us today. Christian Greiner from Ziegler Capital Management for taking the time to sit down with us today and talk about the Azzad Ethical Fund. Please be sure to subscribe to the Azzad Funds channel on our YouTube channel, where you can find this video and others like it. This is Fatima Iqbal for Azzad Asset Management. Thank you for watching.